Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about the big increase in child tax credit for 2021. Before I get into the video, be sure to subscribe and leave a comment below saying I subscribed. I will try to personally reply to your comments. An increased child tax credit is part of President Biden's stimulus package to help tackle the coronavirus pandemic and stimulate the economy. This stimulus package, which was passed by Congress on March 10, 2021, and is known as the American Rescue Plan Act, will provide lower income parents with substantial financial assistance and support various others efforts to stimulate the economy. Even though the benefit of a tax credit traditionally isn't available until after the tax return for the year has been filed for 2021, the IRS will pay a portion of the credit in advance in the form of monthly payments from July through December. So let's take a look at the details. Additional credit amounts. Normally, the credit is $2,000 per eligible child. For 2021, it has increased to $3,000 for each child under the age of 18, normally under age 17, and $3,600 for children under the age of 6 at the end of the year. Refundability. A tax credit can be either non-refundable or refundable. Non-refundable credits can only offset a taxpayer's tax liability and at most bringing it down to zero, while a refundable credit offsets the tax liability and any credit amount in excess of the liability is refunded to the taxpayer. Generally, the child tax credit is non-refundable, but for 2021, it is fully refundable. High income phase out. The credit is designed to only provide parents of lower income with a tax benefit. Thus, the credit phases out for higher income taxpayers at a rate of $50 for each 1,000 or fractional thereof, by which the taxpayer's modified adjusted gross income (MAGI) exceeds the threshold. 2021 MAGI phase out child tax credit. Filing status. Married filing jointly, the threshold is $150,000. Head of household, the threshold is $112,500. Others, $75,000. Let's look at an example. Jack and Jill have 2 children, Ella age 4 and Joe age 8. Their child tax credit for 2021 before the phase out will be $6,600, $3,600 plus $3,000. They file a joint return and their AGI is below $150,000, so they are entitled to the full $6,600. However, if their AGI for 2021 is $170,000, they would have to phase out the credit by $1,000, which is $50 times 170,000 minus the 150,000 divided by 1,000. Thus, their child tax credit would be 5,600. Note, this phase out only applies to the increase in the credit. Families that ain't eligible for the higher child credit would still be able to claim the regular credit of $2,000 per child, subject to the normal phase-out thresholds of 400,000 for married couples filing jointly and 200,000 for others. Example 2. Using Jack and Jill, for example, in the first example I gave, they qualified for a credit of 6,600 before phase-out. If their AGI had been 220,000, they would be completely phased out of the additional 2021 credit, but would still qualify for the normal $2,000 per child credit. Since their AGI is below the regular 400,000 phase-out threshold, their credit for 2021 would be $4,000, which is 2 times the $2,000. Advance payments. Under a specific provision included in the new tax law, to get the credit benefit into the hands of taxpayers as quickly as possible, the Secretary of the Treasury has been charged with establishing an advance payment plan. Under this mandate, those qualifying for the credit would receive monthly payments equals to 1 divided by 12 of the amount the IRS estimate the taxpayer would be entitled to by using the information on the 2020 return. If the 2020 return has not been filed, the 2019 information is to be used. If the 2019 return is used to determine the advance payments, the amount of the payments can be altered, either reduced or increased, when the 2020 return is filed. The initial advance payment would not arrive before July 1st, 2021, and monthly payments would end in December 2021. Any balance of the credit due to a taxpayer would be claimed on their 2021 tax return. Reconciliation of the 2021 tax return. The advance payments will reduce the child tax credit claim on the tax return, but not below zero. If the aggregate amount of the advance payments to the taxpayer exceed the amount of the allowable credit, the excess must be repaid unless the taxpayer meets the safe harbor test. More details on the forms of monthly payments. No repayment safe harbor. The amount of the excess advance repayment is eliminated or reduced based on a safe harbor that applies to lower income taxpayers. Thus, families with a 2021 MAGI below the applicable income threshold will not have to repay any advance credit over payments that they receive. The safe harbor applicable MAGI. So filing status. If you're filing married filing jointly, the threshold is $60,000. If you're filing head of household, the threshold is $50,000. Then others, the threshold is $40,000. Child's death. A child isn't taken into account in determining the annual advance amount if the death of the child is known to the IRS as of the beginning of the calendar year for which the estimate is made. Online portal. The Secretary of the Treasury will establish an online portal for taxpayers to elect to not receive advance payments or provide information that would affect the amount of the advance payment, including the birth of a qualifying dependent, change in marital status, or significant changes in income. It will take the Treasury some time to initiate the advance payments. Thanks for watching this video. If you need help with taxes, feel free to contact me with the email address in the description of this video.